Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna start a new project and to show how I develop a CRM system from scratch and show that it can be simple, the web development can be actually very simple without any big frameworks and stuff, without React, without all this nonsense and solid principles and like a lot of principles that are taught right now and supposed to help, but actually if you think for yourself, if you do it the way to solve the problems and not to apply to any kind of principles that don't make sense to you personally, you can make actually reasonably well built and well functioning, fast and fairly simple inside web applications. And that's what I'm gonna do on this project. So it will be CRM system like Zoho CRM, and I'm using this for my job, and I want to build something like that. I really like how it works in terms of user experience, like in terms of like workflows and design, but I don't like how slow it is and how complicated it is. So I want to take the opportunity and use Typescript to build this web application the way I do it and show that there is a way that is fairly simple to do. And also, since there is BAN, which became 1.0 now, I want to take the opportunity and also use BAN for this project and to see how BAN works, how reliable it is. And I'm really excited because BAN is also like in this philosophy of simplicity, of compressing all these layers of separated layers into one piece of software that is fast and simple to use. So we're gonna use BAN for that and TypeScript, as I said. And yeah, basically this is not scripted, this is live, and I'm really excited. So let's start. I guess I already have BAN installed, so let's see. Yeah, I already have BAN installed. So if you don't have, please go to ban.sh and install it. You can also use Node.js for that. So since BAN is compatible with Node.js almost fully, you can do this in Node.js as well. I just wanted to take the opportunity and use BAN for this project. So I want to create a new project. Let's see how you create a project in BAN. Okay, quick start. BAN init. Okay, so it seems like I have to say BAN init, right? So BAN init helps you get started with minimal project and tries to guess sensible defaults. Oh, okay, so I have to create a folder for my project. Let's call it CRM. Let's go here, BAN init, package name CRM, fine. Okay, cool. So to get started, run BAN run index.ts. Hello, yeah, BAN. Okay, cool. So let's open our folder now. CRM. Yeah. Okay. So we have, let's push it somewhere here so it doesn't, yeah, like that. We have our index.js file. So what I usually do during development, I create a folder here with docs, and I create like a docs file, docs.md. And I also create a journal, so it will be like alex.txt. And in that journal, I basically write down my thoughts, what I'm gonna do, what I'm doing right now, and it helps me direct my development, and if I get distracted or I lose focus or it's hard to think what I'm gonna do next, I usually come back to journal and just write my thoughts in here. So let's start without like more deep explanations. Maybe over time I will explain a little bit more why is that and how it helps and different mechanics. Let's just do that for now. Just let's start. So today is September 9. It will be server. So I write a scope and the time when I'm doing it. So the scope of my actions. So it will be like, okay, I want to create a server, create a basic HTTP server, right? And then I go and do it. So how do you create a HTTP server in Ban? Let's see. HTTP server, primary page, documents, Ban native serve. Ban also implements fetch and Node.js HTTP and HTTPC modules. Okay, so Ban has his own API and also has Node.js APIs, right? I guess we can use ban serve for that, right? Ban serve fetch request, return new response, hello from ban. And then what port is it? I don't know. Oh, here is the port. Let's say 3000. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it works. Cool. Okay, so we created a basic HTTP server. It's cool. Now, oh my god, this guy is handling my shortcuts for some reason. I don't like that. I don't like that. How do you prevent? Okay, I restarted the recording and disabled all the shortcuts for Loom, so he will not be distracting for me. Let's move forward. So we created basic HTTP server. Now, if I want to start with CRM, I would like to start with empty page, right? So let's maybe do like create an empty return an empty HTML page. Okay, so instead of that, I will return HTML. Let's just do that. It's fine. It's like not too complicated. Just string hello from Ban. Okay. Okay, yeah, I see. So probably I need, let's turn on my LSP server, see what is available. Okay, I have the options. I have the options here. Headers. Okay, cool. Content type. Text HTML. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I don't need the LSP anymore. Yeah. Okay, cool. It works. How to do live reload with Ban? Like reload, hot reload, hot. Ban supports hot flag to run a file with hot reloading enabled. When any module or file changes, Ban reruns the file. Ban detects when you are running an HTTP server is Ban serve. It reloads your fetch handler when source files change without restarting the Ban process. This makes hot reloads nearly instantaneous. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that. Ban -- hot. Okay. Let's change something. Okay. Nothing happened. Okay, I have to refresh the page. I see. Yeah, that's cool. Let's also save my command here so I don't forget about it. I usually just put it in a docs file because I will have a lot of the commands here. I don't use like package JSON usually. Sometimes like I put some scripts into that file, but in general all the commands just go to the docs. So let's say dev server like that. So I can copy, paste, and let's go. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So the next stuff is we wanna create a client-side script, right? We wanna create a client-side script. For client-side, I usually do like separate folder, which is front, and for backend I usually do just the source folder. So source, and over here we can rename this guy to server and put it into the source. So move server to the source, right? And the command will be source server, and the front will be, let's see how it works. It still works. Okay, cool. Yeah, and you see like this CRM, even though it's completely empty, if I reload it, it's so slow. It's like, oh my god. If I create a card, and it takes some time, it takes noticeable time between my click and the card appearing, the empty form appearing. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe it's because it uses React, maybe something more, I don't know. But we're gonna create very similar stuff, maybe a little bit different how I like it, but in general it will be similar to this. And you can like customize fields, you can like drag new fields here, you can remove fields, you can create custom fields, for example my custom field, and you can pick whatever you want, how it, like what type it is, you save it and you have it here. Oh yeah, you have it here, so you can drag it and you have your custom field in the card. So whenever you actually like this particular pipeline I created as a demo to show, and it's for recruiting. So we are creating candidates that we are hiring into the company. So for example, I can put a name and some stuff and choose a position that this person applies for example programmer, click save, and it's created in a specific stage in the pipeline, and I can drag around the card, and we will be able to move candidate forward until he like accepts the offer and we hire the person. So that's basically the project and the web app, how it's supposed to work. With this, let's move to our code, and let's do like oh no, I don't want to save that. Yeah, let's create. How do I usually create a structure? I don't remember. Let's open my project from my day job. Okay, so front. Okay, I have like app and views. So in the views I have like template files to render on the server, and in the app I have client-side apps. But this is Node.js, so it's more complicated than it should be. But yeah, we will stick to that structure as well. So we will do like app and views, For now, views, I don't need views. I will have just app, and then I will have, I need like a folder for my CRM probably. Yeah, and I want to understand how to use bun as a bundler. So let's see, bun bundler. Okay, bun's fast native bundler is now in beta. It can be used via the bun build CLI command or bun build JavaScript API. Cool. So I can use CLI or JavaScript. I think I will use CLI for that. So I have to write a script file in Typescript and then put it, specify the out here, and okay, cool. Let's say I wanna use that command, and let's say I have a front app, and here in app folder I wanna build my CRM file, and out here will be the build file, the build folder, right? So I have to create a file first of all, and it will be crm.ts hello from crm.ts. That way we will see if it works or not, and I want to build it, so let's do it. Oh, maybe I don't need this folder, I don't know. Yeah, let's do like let's move it out to the top level. Yeah, let's do that for now. So we will be like build CRM.js and out it in a build folder. Let's see. Okay, cool, it works. Nice, very simple and it works. Okay, now I wanna create a serve static assets from the HTTP server. Yeah, so I wanna, in our server I have to serve this file, so I first of all have to include it. So include it like that, and it will be like assets slash crm.js. Yeah, crm.js, and I wanna defer it. So this attribute specifies that I wanna defer the downloading of the script after the page has been parsed, so it doesn't block the HTML file. And I will probably want to have like a public folder which will have like our assets. I usually have how it looks like. I have public assets. Okay, probably I don't need this nested stuff. I just can have public, and inside of that I will have my crm.js. So let's say I need to, like that. I need to serve, let's move, first of all, let's move our crm.js file to public folder, like that, and then serve it from the server. How you serve assets in bun? Okay, so HTTP server, okay, error handling, that's not what we want. I want to find a way to serve a file. streaming files. To stream a file, return a response object with a bound file object at the body. So you have file, you have like this, right? So new response, bound file, hello txt. Okay, so I can do, and I need to understand what is the URL. So depending on the URL, I will either return a page or serve a file. How to do that? Okay, so I can see, let's enable my LSP server. So we have some syntax highlighting and URL. Okay, cool. Okay, you write like new URL, and then depending on the URL path name equals slash, we're gonna return a page, right? If URL path name equals assets crm.js, we're gonna return new response bound file. So it will be bound file dot slash public slash crm.js, right? And if it's 404, okay, if none of that, we're gonna return 404. The response whoa, so you just specify it as a string? I don't know. Oh yeah, so you specify the body, page not found, and you specify the options, status 44. Okay, cool. So we get a request, we get URL of the request, and depending on the URL, we see if it's empty slash, if it's slash, so it's root, we return a page. If it's slash assets slash crm.js, so this URL that is specified over here, we return a bound file, crm.js. And if it's none of that, we return 404 page not found. Right? Let's see. Okay, cool. So we have our script loaded. Yeah, script is loaded successfully. 200 OK, and it writes hello from CRM.js. Cool. So we have our CRM.js writing down in the console. So we can program the UI now. And what's next? So we done that. The next stuff probably I want to change the config. So bundler puts CRM.js file into the right folder. So right now it puts it into the build folder, but I want to put it into the public CRM path, right? So how do I do that? I probably need to change the alt here to be like public, but it will be on one level and 2 levels higher, like that. So if I delete this file, let's check. Yeah, it works. It works the way I want it. Let's save this command now to docs bundle CRM that. So we can always copy paste it and build. Okay, cool. And how to bundle it on changes. So I want run a bundler to watch for changes in the file and rebundle. So how do I do that? Let's move me over here so I don't distract myself. Okay, so the bundler is here. So you do this, and basic example. Okay, watch maybe. How I'm supposed to do that? Let's start with, maybe they have like help command. Okay, they have help. So maybe it has some option, watch, automatically restart the bound's JavaScript runtime on file change. Yeah, that's what I want. What is the difference between hot and watch? Enable auto reload in bounds JavaScript runtime. Okay. So this one enables auto reload and this one automatically restarts. Maybe I want watch. Yeah. I probably want watch. Let's see. Watch. Okay. I have my hello world, and then I have, if I change the file, yeah, it updates the bundle and I have a new JavaScript file. Cool. That's fine. Okay, so the next stuff, what we're gonna do next is, let's actually start building the layout. Yeah, I wanna build the columns. And you know what? Before doing that, I will probably install the Tailwind, because that's how you build CSS. So integrate Tailwind CSS. How I do it usually, I don't remember. Let's see. I have like Tailwind config, right? Yeah, so I create usually like Tailwind config CJS file and put it into the root folder like that. And then over here it will be, let's just copy and remove everything that I don't need. So probably it will be empty. No, this will be, we don't need that for now. We don't need plugins. We only need content. Okay, so it's watching the content, right? Because Tailwind is watching the content, I probably will want to move to save HTML code into a file so that Tailwind can look at that and process and the classes. Yeah, so first let's finish that. So we will create a HTML file in views folder here. So we will have like views and we will have index.html. right? And then over here it will be like front views HTML. Yeah, we don't need that. We only need that. Yeah. And the theme, I don't know. Yeah, it's like a default theme. Okay, works for me. And then how you actually like run? Okay, you run like that. So let's just run Tailwind CSS. And you know what? Probably Bun has some kind of alternative to NPX. I remember something like that. BunX is an alias to BunX. Yeah, so it's equivalent to NPX. So I can do like BunX, and then I specify a Tailwind CSS, then I specify config. We probably can put this config under the views or under the front. Yeah, so let's move it to the front like that. Yeah, and then I will specify like front/tailwind config CSS. Then the input, yeah, style CSS. So I have to create a file style CSS. And then let's see what it should have inside. I remember only this is required, like base layer, components layer, and utilities layer. Yeah. So we have that, and we output the CSS from Tailwind, generated by Tailwind, into the public assets output CSS. In our project, I will probably do it like public/output CSS, like that. Let's see if it works or not. Cannot find module Tailwind CSS default theme. How the Tailwind config supposed to work? Okay, so this is the default config. So I have like type import Tailwind CSS config. Then I have module export. Okay, so I don't need that. I only need exports and content. And then let's just copy that, but change to our content the way we want it. So it's gonna be like that. The theme will be empty. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have to open my new, yeah, like that. So we have our file of config. Let's start it again. Okay, seems like it worked. Yeah, seems like it's working fine. So let's go to our journal. We integrated Tailwind CSS. Let's save the HTML code into a file so the Tailwind can look at that and process the classes in it. Right? So if I take this content and put it into the views index.html like that, and then I will write like one file views index.html. Yep. So now, in theory, okay, I can hide this guy. What the hell is that? Okay, it's one, it's fine. And this is our bundle. Okay. So basically, let's see if the page works. Yeah, page works fine. If I restart the one, page also works fine. Cool. So we saved the HTML file. Now in theory I can create a class like, yeah, big background red, refresh, how do background color, background black. No, it's not working for some reason. For some reason it's not working. Oh, probably it is working, but let's say no, it's not working. Interesting. So how to make the create classes that I use in HTML file. Oh, I probably have to include the CSS file because I did not do that. Yeah, so I have to include it in my index.html. Yeah, of course. It will be assets, output, CSS, and then, okay, so basically include CSS link reference in HTML file. I've done that, and then we wanna serve CSS file from the server, so we want to serve it like, you know, if I look now, it's 4.4, right? But I actually want to serve it, so it's gonna be output.css, and it's gonna be public output.css, like that. Okay, cool. Oh, now it looks different, which is good, I guess. Yeah, but the background still not working. So let's say if I change the text size, no, it's not working. So no classes are working actually. Yeah, let's see what it says. No utility classes were detected. No globe pattern, front views, HTML in your LLR is invalid. Okay, so it's invalid. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's probably invalid because it only has HTML files. Okay, now it's supposed to work. Now we have, yeah, cool. Nice, very nice. So if I say like text white, yeah, very cool. So we done that. We done the serving of the CSS file and this guy. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so now we want to probably start with columns, right? So we have columns for the stages in the pipeline. So this page is for the pipeline. The pipeline has stages, and you can move cards between the stages, right? So I want to start with rendering these columns, and you have a button here to create a new candidate, and you want to cancel it sometimes, and sometimes you want to save it if you want. So we gonna render columns on the page, right? Let's close the tabs and open index.html, right? So let's say let's remove that from now, and I want to create, oh yeah, so I will be probably outputting my HTML with the script. Yeah, I will be rendering on the client side, it's fine. So I wanna do like document get element by ID, and then I wanna say like CRM. Yeah, so we will have like a div ID CRM, right? And it will be root. Let's output this root. So it's null. Very nice. What the hell? Try changing the lib compiler option to include DOM. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to worry about that for now. Let's just disable the LSP server. Okay. So why don't I have like a CRM? Oh yeah, of course. This is how you do it. Yeah, I have my div. Now inside of that div, I wanna start rendering the columns depending on the state, how many stages I have. And because I can create stages, right? So I can like go to manage stages, and I can move them around, and I can also like delete them, replace, and create new ones. I don't want to hard code these stages. So for now, I will just start with some state, and it will have like stages, and the stages will be just an array of strings, like new candidates. It will be waiting for reply, screening with recruiter, and then test task, and so on. Let's start with 3 first, right? And we also want to assert stuff. So usually when I get some values from outside, and I consider document and the DOM API to be outside API, right? So from the outside I get some value, and depending on this value, if it's undefined, I want to fail right here. So for example, if I make a mistake here like that, I want to fail with a clear message. So not just print null, but I want actually to be like, to say more specific error. So for that I use usually assertions. And assertions in my day job project, how I do it is I have a base, I guess it's base, common base, right? And I have like assert function. So because I can use it on the server and on the client, you know what, let's just keep it simple. Let's just have a base file in the front folder for now. Yeah, let's just have a base file here. So what base means is it has some utilities that I can use in any other file. So these are very like fundamental functions, and that's how I call them base. Because sometimes I also have like utils, and utils is different because of the imports, how I import modules. I usually import base directly, and for everything else I import it with a namespace. So let's say I wanna create a function assert, and this function will have a condition, boolean, and a message string, right? So if it's not true, if boolean is not true, and true is actually not necessarily boolean, it can be anything, to be honest. So it can be like, I don't know, whatever you want. You know what, for now let's just do the function that asserts that value is defined. So let's say assert defined, and value will be anything, and if it's not defined I will fail. So if value is undefined, I will just throw an error with a message, right? So now if I enable my LSP and I see that root is any, I can say that root is HTML element or undefined, right? Oh yeah, so I have to include DOM APIs. I have to include DOM APIs, include DOM APIs in a bundler, so it understands basic DOM values and types. Yeah, how do you do that in bundler? So let's hide Tailwind for now. How do you do that? Bundler. So let's say I want DOM. I don't know. Basic example. So they have examples direct. They have document, and to create a bundle they specify entry point and what else? Content types. I don't know, it's probably my LSP not working properly. So yeah, I probably have to set a tsconfig for that guy to work. So let's say, yeah, I have this tsconfig for front end. We probably can include it. I don't know, it has a lot of stuff, but basically it has this thing. So let's just include it. Oh, and we don't need the build folder anymore. Yeah, so let's just create a tsconfig.json, and it's supposed to have like a compiler options, and it's supposed to have lib option, DOM, probably all these guys. Yeah, and then it cannot find an element. I don't know. Do you need to change a target library? Try changing the lib compiler option to include the DOM. Why is that? If I... Okay, so include... I probably have to include stuff. Oh yeah, so I probably have like to include over here. If I include, should I put here like a CRM.js, or should I include it like that and put it in a source folder? Let's try. Move CRM.js to SRC. Let's disable the LSP and let's enable it again. Okay. Is it enabled? Okay, now it understands. Yeah, so I have to specify this stuff. I will not do everything. I will just do that for now, just to keep things simple. So move base.js to SRC. Yep. And then if I open, I have the types. Finally, I have the types. Cool. So going back to my base file with my function, what it allows me to do is because oh, it's usually so yeah, it can be undefined. So I wanna assert that, right? I wanna assert that root is defined, must be defined, right? So with that, if I have it null, oh, so it doesn't work. Does it mean that I have to check for null? No. Oh, you know what? Probably my bundler has to be reconfigured. So I have this guy, I have tailwind. Oh, my bundler doesn't work at all. Front app. And then in the docs, we wanna start bundling. Assert /CRM, like that. And we want to watch that stuff. Yeah. So now, yeah, root must be defined. So these assertions allow me to be more confident about what is going on. Whenever I get something from the outside, I assert that it's defined, and that way the code is more reliable and readable. And whenever I have a bug that it's not defined, I get it immediately, like on the next line. So it's cool. So if I fix the ID, I have correct functionality now. Okay, cool. So we included the DOM APIs. Now we go back to rendering the columns. And the way to do it is to add a div, I guess. To add a div for every stage. So for every stage of stages, I wanna do root append child, and over here I will have a div, create element div. So I will be basically building the layout like this by hand with JavaScript. So what I found, usually people do it with React, and in React you have to specify like the JSX like layout over there, or you like render on the server with React server components or something like that, and it's a lot of complications actually. So this way it's more verbose, it's more tedious, but it's performing better. So whenever I want to do more like complicated interactions, this way of building the UI helps me to have full control over that. So basically I create a div for every stage. Let's say I wanna put the text of the stage into the div and append it to the root. And to understand that this div is a nested element, I usually put like underscore. So I mimic HTML nestedness with these blocks of code. Okay, so I have my divs. Now I want to put them into like columns, right? So for that, I wanna have the root to be like class name flex. And then it will be flex, but for some reason flex does not reflect. Okay, so yeah, I have to reconfigure configure the tailwind to see the classes that are defined in the TS files on the front end, right? So for that, I wanna do like another path, front app star.ts. Yeah, now it works. Cool. So I've done that. So we continue rendering the columns. We have them over here, so now they are in the row. Now I want to look them to have the height, and also to have like on the top we will have like a header, and down below we will have like a body of the column. So it's gonna be probably like two separate divs because they have like background. So for that we wanna do another div, and this div will have this guy inside of it, right? So we will have like that. So whenever I create a nested structure, I put all the code that is inside, like inner contents, I put it into the block. That way I understand, like, okay, I have my element, I append it to the root, and then whatever is inside of that element, I just have it here. Right, so, and then this guy will be responsible for the title, and then there will be another div which will be responsible for the body. Yeah, and the body will be after the title, right? So let's see, we have a set of divs, and in every div we have a title div and the body div. We want the body to have some height, so class name height full probably, and the background will be, and you know what, yeah, the background will be like probably slate 50, background slate 50. Okay, so I have them here, and I probably have to do like full width for full height for the top as well. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for some reason. Maybe it's like screen, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's screen. So it will have like a full height of the screen, right? And the background of the body itself will be little darker. So maybe it will be like slate 200. So the root will have like slate 200, right? Maybe 100. Let's say 100. And this guy, the title will have background white, right? So we have background white. Let's give it some padding, and like that, right? And then let's give it some margin bottom and margin right, like that. So we have the columns with the titles, and then we have the bodies, and for these bodies I probably need to have, maybe I will get it the margin over here, so yeah, like that, maybe a little more, yeah, and for the columns to be rounded and be probably, how do you say it, border radius, rounded MD. Is it rounded MD? Oh no, it is not. It should be over here, like that. Maybe SM, small. Yeah. Small here and small here. Yeah. And I want the background to be actually darker. So I want it to be 200. Yeah, now it's much better. Yeah, and the margin, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we rendered the columns. Now we want, what we're gonna do next. We're gonna do, maybe let's add some more stages to the pipeline. So let's say we have test task, and we have larger, and we have offer presentation, and we have offer accepted, and we have offer declined, and candidate failed. Right, like that. Okay, very cool. And now we see that the text is not actually, yeah, we probably wanna have like the width of the column to be bigger than the text. So right now here they have like exact width for every column. So probably let's do that as well. Yeah, so they have like 300 pixels. So let's say set a fixed width for the columns so that the text is not wrapped around. So let's say let's call this div, let's call it div stage. Stage, right, and let's give it a width of, I don't know how much we wanna give it. Maybe like 40. No, maybe like 60. Not actually true. Oh, you know what? For some reason, it doesn't matter what width I give it. It's not changing. So it is changing in a smaller way, but when it becomes higher than 10, it's actually doesn't matter. How do I do that so that the width, make it so that the columns should be like scrolling to the right. It's probably overflow x scroll. So basically the root should have overflow x scroll. You know, but still it still doesn't work. Maybe I should specify min width as well. No. Okay. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's auto? No. Okay, how do I make them go outside of the screen? So the width should be probably screen. Overflow x scroll. Horizontal scroll div. Let's see how long the video is. Okay, so it's 1 hour already. So let's this will be the last last thing we do in this video. So I want to keep the videos relatively short. So I have to specify the height, the width, overflow y hidden, overflow x scroll. This is what the guy does. What you actually should be doing. So they say overflow y hidden, overflow x scroll, position relative. Position relative. Why do I need a position relative? I don't know. Let's see. Not really working. And here you have like width, background color. I don't know. I don't like it. Div scrolling horizontally. White space, no wrap. Sounds like a hack. White space, no wrap. Ooh, it actually works. And without position relative, it also works. But I don't think it's working correctly, actually. So, what is the idea here? You have the outer div and the inner divs, and you do like WebKit overflow scrolling touch, overflow X, white space no wrap, right? White space no wrap. You do width 500 pixels. Okay, now it works. But if I specify like the width is 100, then it doesn't work. Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe I have to specify the width in a different way, like width full, maybe. Let's say full. No. And how it's called? White space no wrap. White space no wrap. Okay. And the width. Min content, max content, feed content. I don't know. Feed content. Oh, feed content is good. That's what I want. Feed. Okay, cool. Now it works. So let's comment on that. I use WebFit to make the div scrollable horizontally. WebFit plus white space wrap Alex. Okay. So we've done that, and let's maybe decrease the width a little bit, and we don't need that. We probably can be like that. Yeah, maybe even less, like this. Yeah, 48 is fine. 48 is fine. Yeah, so that's it for this video. We completed this final point, and let's just commit this guy. So let's create a Git repository, and let's say we probably wanna create a git ignore as well. Sorry, git ignore, and in git ignore we wanna we already have git ignore. That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay, so git add everything. Yeah, we have the docs, we have the bound log db. What the hell is that? Am I supposed to add it to the git? I don't know. Let's add it for now. We have the front end, we have the public assets, we have the server, tsconfig. Yeah, all good. Let's commit. Initial version with basic columns. Cool. So thanks everyone for being today with me, and we created a basic layout, and the next stuff we will just continue building our CRM system. Thank you.